From a princess to a queen she's grown, learning to fly with each wing she's shown. First crochet, then knit, now sewing she goes. Spinning and dyeing, what's next, who knows? She walks her path with courage bright, from morning sun to stars at night. No task too small, no dream too high. She'll soar above, reach the sky. From thread to thread, her story weaves a journey of strength, best believe. From spinning wheels to stitching seams, she crafts her world, living her dreams. Each new skill, a chapter turned, with every challenge, lessons learned. In skeins of yarn, her spirit threads, creating life with needle and thread. She moves with grace through tangled lines, with heart so pure and mind that shines.
Wow. I cannot believe it, Miss Mel.
What?
No. Nobody in here.
Well,
What
I
the
just
heck?
pulled up the video on the computer, and it says there are 6 people in here.
Well, there's Miss Jenny.
9
There's
left.
Lisa. It's like, my goodness, usually Miss Angela is usually left a message, before the live even starts. But anyways, it's wonderful to see you, my friend. I'm glad that you have had the ability to join us tonight, at least for a little bit.
Yes, you must forgive me if I start eye-watering, yawning, kind of everything. I will do my best. And here comes the yawn.
And Miss Terry's here, and Miss Sally, welcome in, and Mandy's in the house, welcome in. Good to see you guys. What you working on
Hello,
tonight?
everybody. I started a cardigan, and it's the sleeve. And then I guess you sew it up. But
So I really like that colorway. That's really pretty. It's totally not my color palette.
yeah,
Very beautiful.
yeah, it's a hobby yarn. It's a carnival,
Okay.
and I just the colors in that one spoke to me. Here's one that isn't. Um,
Oh, that's
they
gorgeous.
have a ton of different colorways, but this one really kind of spoke to me, and I need to get 2 more of them because for the length of the cardigan that I want, I'm like
Right.
just shy by 2 balls, but it wasn't on sale this week, and I am not paying $13 for this.
Oh goodness, no.
No, no.
Miss Terry's in the house, and Miss Kimberly's in the house, and Lulu, welcome in, Miss Cindy.
Hi, everybody. I am just tired and achy, Terry. Tired and achy. That's pretty much how I answer anybody who asks. Tired and sore. So, that is very pretty yarn you're spinning.
I can't wait to see it plied up with the other one. I think it's going to be amazing. I hope it's going to be amazing. And this will actually be my second dragon project. I've already completed a dragon project that I haven't shown anyone yet. I made a set of curtains for my sunroom door so that the light coming through the door could no longer come through the door and blind the king as he's sitting in our multi-purpose second craft room studying.
Thank you, Jenny.
I got to take a
I get,
picture of that and send it off to Aaron and Ray so they can see that.
yeah.
And nice thing is So Magical Michelle is also doing a make along that is for any animals, anything that you make in any genre dealing with an animal, realistic or fantasy,
Mythical. Yeah.
mythical, yeah, counts. And it doesn't matter if you paint, if you dress up as a dragon and fly around like a dragon. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it counts. So I've got a twofer. I can put it in both make-alongs.
Right.
And
That
I actually
works.
need to make the curtains. So, it works all the way around.
Uh-huh. It's great to see you too, Sally, and everybody. I was so excited to come in tonight, and then I started getting tired and getting tired, and I was just like, oh, come on. So I'll probably just lay here like a slug, top of the hut over here, and, you know. There's Angela.
Yeah, I say, there she is.
Third top. Wow. You go, girl.
Well, I mean, that's why she can't sit and chat with us all the time. She's busy working.
Yep. Yep.
But
She's always got something on her hook.
yeah, and I appreciate that because I'm pretty much the same way. I come in, say hello, let everyone know what I'm working on, and carry on working.
Yeah. Hi, Dragon Cat. Hi, Carrie.
And the star of the show is napping right now. If she wakes up, I of course will have her come and join us, and then she can show off her new tutu.
Mhm. And you all heard that right. It's a piggy tutu.
Oh, girl, come
Oh,
do mine too, please. My husband would love you for it. It's a never-ending job, those floors. I tell you what, especially with
yep.
the tracking in stuff from the tire plant.
Oh,
The other day, he got rubber slub stuff on my wood floors.
death.
I was
Death.
not a happy queen. No, I was
Hi, doggy life.
not. Izzy, I think that's your name, right? I have, oh goodness, I hope I'm right. I think doggy life is Izzy. I think.
I think she might be.
I'm awful with that. Yes.
Yes.
Woohoo! I
Nicely
finally
done,
remember.
Bridget.
My memory is just so awful. Right, Mandy? That's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, it needs to be done, but I don't wanna. But I've got my herb garden half done. I would have had it all the way done, but Mother Nature decided to downpour on us today.
Mhm.
So the dirt is sitting in my car waiting for it to not be downpouring, so I can get out there and get all the rest of the dirt down and get my seeds in the ground. And I'm thinking, I don't know how I want to do it because, with my memory, I'm never going to remember for sure what herb I put in what spot if I don't make some kind of sign or something. So I got to figure out what to do for that. Because I've tried like writing on wood and stuff like that. It always ends up wearing away and then I don't remember what's there anymore.
I have little plastic, um, they're actual for plants to put in there, and I use a magic marker, but by the end of the season it's washed away because it's outside. But if you put a piece of tape over it or
Right.
clear nail polish, but
I have
that's just
some acrylic
it just
spray.
seems like a lot to do. Why can't they just have one where it doesn't wash away?
Right.
Maybe I need a more permanent marker than a Sharpie. I don't know.
Well, I've got acrylic spray stuff I could spray over the top of it. So
Hmm.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll see where mine are because I have a whole bunch, and maybe send you some when I send you your peppermint patties if my dad doesn't eat them. But I don't know how my watch hours are, Lisa. I have not been on YouTube except today for this in like 4 or 5 days. And I'm just so tired all the time that I go on and I'm like, and I get like half of a short video watched and I'm asleep. And, you know, and I forget to go check out my page and everything. Hi Cricket, hi Nifty, and I have missed you too, Izzy. I have missed all of you guys. I really have. I just, like I said, I'm so tired that I'm just like, I can't, I'm not up to a live today, or I'm not up, to this or that.
That's a really good idea, Kimberly. I actually have quite a
Mhm.
few bigger rocks I can do that with.
That's a great idea.
And I have the paint. So,
Mhm.
yay, another project. Well,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Lisa. Yeah, I go see the surgeon tomorrow about the stitches and everything, and see how I'm progressing.
One day at a time, ain't it, Mel?
Oh, feels like 10 minutes at a time right now. Your puppy sounds like a doll, Kimberly. Though nobody likes stepping on Legos.
Right. That is really an awesome idea.
I'm just sore and tired, Lizzie. Just sore and tired. And it's frustrating not being able to do the normal stuff you're used to doing. Like I can't even bend over to pick things up. So if I drop something, So I've got a grabber in the kitchen. I've got a grabber by my bed to help me pick things up. And it's just, but your automatic response is to bend over and pick it up. And yeah.
Yeah, I had to fuss with the king a good bit about that when he was healing up from his hip surgery. So leave it alone. I got it.
Oh, no, I don't mind you asking. I got a breast reduction, Izzy. Um, I get a lot of back pain, and the girls were quite big. So I got a reduction in hopes that it'll help with my back pain. And as a bonus, you get a lift. So, I mean, hello, why not? Except
Right.
if I knew it was this frustrating healing up from it, you know, I would have been like, "Eh." So it's
Well,
probably good I didn't know.
but I mean, I definitely understand that feeling right now. You know, but within the next year, you're going to look back at it, hopefully, with far less back pain and go, you know what? It really sucked those X amount of weeks feeling like
Right,
caca because now I've had
right,
all this time with way less back pain.
exactly. And yeah, I I already I lost the stitch marker. Where did I put it? I don't know. I already can tell it's gonna be better and everything. Oh, such a sweet puppy. Yeah, I can already tell it's gonna be worth it. So
I mean, that's what counts. I mean, we don't like that feel any kind of pain, but a short amount of
mhm.
pain or a short while of pain for long term relief is definitely worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we only got one more strip of color, or one more strip after this one, and we will start the plying process on this yarn finally. Yay!
Yay. Oh, hi Paula. And thank you.
Thank you, Miss Paula. That's sweet of you. I'll play you a video in just a second. And welcome in.
An ad already, huh, Deborah. Well, poo on that, but you know, Bridget needs them so that she can get paid, but not during lives. I'm like, yeah, during lives.
I put them in. It's supposed to be as few as possible.
Right.
It
I notice most people do that for their lives.
is the beginning of the month, isn't it?
It is. I know what that means.
Yes, yes. Well, Miss Deborah got a one, and Nifty and Regina Layfield and Renee Unraveled. Congratulations.
And Ray got one too.
Yay!
A lot of our names. A lot of our names. Congrats, everybody.
Well, that is awesome sauce, and we will give the other 5 out closer to the end of the month. And then let me play this before I forget. Did the sound play at all that time?
Yeah, that played.
Okay.
Sound played. I heard it all.
Okay. Well, the video played on my side, but the sound didn't. But I forgot to turn my security cameras off again. You're taking all
Hi,
my back with.
Sophie.
Go to sleep.
Thank you, Sally. That is so sweet.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, Miss Sally. I'll play this for you.
Bridget
That's
loves Joanne's. Bridget's just sad that Joanne's is taking all her fabric and running.
Yeah, trust me, if I had a little extra money right now, if my shoes weren't talking to me, the money I made for the stormtrooper blanket would be going straight to Joanne's. But my shoes are talking to me, which means I need to get some new ones.
Yeah. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Done wore a hole right through the bottom of them. But see, with my swelling issues though, like I
Mm-hmm.
have to get like Skechers or something like that because if I go to Walmart, I'm gonna blow the shoes out in a week. Because the way I swell, I destroy shoes. But at least Skechers will last me usually about a year.
Yeah, cricket. I started developing when I was 8 too. And yeah.
Yeah, I was in kindergarten and trainers. And by the time I was in second grade, I was in full blown brassieres.
Mhm. Okay, you were a bit more advanced than the rest of us, but yeah.
It, it's not good though. It really isn't. It's not, you know.
No.
She is sleeping. If she wakes up, I will definitely get her out for you guys to see her. And I even made her a tutu. I'll show you.
I'm so sorry, Cricket. Well, my insurance paid for the surgery because it was medical for my back. So maybe if hers hurts her back and everything later on, they'll pay for. And I just feel sorry she'd have to go through this instead of it just being natural. But
Right.
you know, that is adorable,
Isn't it?
Bridget.
And I made it with little Velcro tabs. So,
Mhm.
you know, it will work for her now, but it will also work for her when she's a bit bigger too,
Yeah.
you know. I had made my niece a tutu when she was first born. And so I just crocheted what I figured was plenty big enough for her now and for later. And then I did what I did with that tutu and lashed it on, and
Uh-huh.
it only took maybe an hour.
As long as you don't put the tutu on her and she immediately, like, goes to the potty on it or something.
Oh no,
You know.
no, I put it up higher on her chest. So it's, and I didn't put any of the ruffles on the bottom bit,
Oh, okay.
only from her sides up her back. So that way,
Perfect.
oh yes, I thought about that, trust me. And then, because I, finished the stormtrooper blanket, and I won the yarn from Camille, and Camille wants everyone to make something with the yarn, and we're doing like a little make along with that. I started another project. This is going to be a tank top. So I'm using some gray stroll from Knit Picks, and the colorful yarn is what Camille dyed herself and sent out to the people that participated in her make along.
Is that like a dragon scale? It's not a dragon scale pattern.
No, it's I believe the blanket that I did in this style was called Beautiful Shells.
Okay.
So I think it's called the Beautiful Shells stitch, where it's a 2-row repeat. One row, of course, is the shells and single crochet, and the next row is a single crochet and a V stitch.
Oh.
Repeat. So I do a round with the gray, which is a single crochet and V stitch, and then I come around and make a 5 double crochet shell and single crochet into the single crochet again.
Have a good night, Izzy. Thank you for coming.
There'll be a video out tomorrow with her wearing her tutu, Izzy. It's at the end of my video, but it's there. Not very long. Just a.
Mm-hmm.
She was not having it today, and it was like raining out, so we couldn't be outside doing it. And I didn't want her hollering while the king was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I had to get my tea bag out of my cup.
Yeah, when they show, like, in movies and TV, when people just dunk the tea bag like 3 times and then they sip it and the tea bag's still in it, but they've only, like, dunked it 3 times and it's only been in there 20 seconds. I'm like, that's water. That's not tea. That's water. That's lightly tinted water.
Right. Our tea bag's been sitting for, well, as long as we've been here, because I poured the water in right before I hit start. So a
Half
little
hour?
longer than.
You let that brew for a half hour? Oh, you're going to have heartburn?
Oh, I do it all the time. But I drink oolong tea, and it's not an extremely strong tea.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Yeah,
half green tea.
yeah.
It's
Hi,
pretty much
Thea.
when I really, really like I'll drink straight black tea. I will drink green tea, but really if I say I want a cup of tea, I want a cup of oolong tea. That's the one I like.
I've never really found a green tea I liked, so I haven't tried the oolongs. I mean, some of the blends I have oolong in it, but they're a black tea blend, you know? So I mostly stick to black tea where I can add my cream and then yum yum down the hatch.
I just put just a little bit of sugar, and that's it. No cream, no nothing else. Just a little bit of
Yeah, I
sugar.
don't sweeten my tea. I like iced tea and I like hot tea. I don't like them to taste the same. Yeah. My iced tea, when I say iced tea, I mean like tea flavored sugar water, you know, with a little lemon in it.
See, now I like lemon iced tea. That's my favorite. Now, I guess Terry, that would depend on the person because teas do have
Yeah.
caffeine in them naturally. Um, Now, some people, of course, they get caffeine and they bounce off the walls. And then you have people like me that the more caffeine I have, the better I sleep.
Yeah, caffeine never seemed to bother me either, ever. And then lately, whenever I drink the iced tea, I can actually feel, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel a little jittery. Okay, no more iced tea. But the soda doesn't do it, just the iced tea. And
The king drinks southern sweet tea, which means he has a little bit of tea with his sugar.
yes, but it's usually brewed
Yeah.
or sun tea. My mom used to make sun tea.
It
And then
has to be Louisiana's, or he won't drink it. It has to be that one. It has to be the small bags, not the big bags. You have to use 6 bags of tea and 5 scoops of sugar.
but I I went down south to visit a friend's. Her fiance was in an accident, and we went down right away. I drove her down because she was in no state to drive, and I remember I was given iced tea, and I was like, "Ah, thank you," just kind of trying to get it down to be polite and everything. And then she's like, "Would you like another glass?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 no. That was wonderful. I hit the spot. I'm just like, but I'm just like, oh, 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 the southern iced tea. No.
That'll rot the teeth right out of your head. I tell you what.
Well, I think hers was like very lightly sweetened. It wasn't sweetened much at all. And I was like, oh gosh, no, not brewed tea with. I mean, when I drink it hot, I don't want it sweetened. If it's going to be iced tea, it needs to be sweetened until it's like, you know, oh, is there tea in that? Or is it just sugar with lemon? You know, that kind of thing. My favorite used to be the lemonade tea, where the Arnold Palmer, where it's half lemonade, half iced tea. Oh my
Right.
God. That used to be my favorite. Now I can't drink it anymore because it's too sweet. Too sweet. Oh, how I've aged. Oh, so while I've been recouping, I started this. Oh, look, I can show you, Bridget. This is the cowl I'm making with your hand spun hand dyed yarn.
Awesome.
So you can see it's got some holes, lace bits, and I'm
Right.
learning new stitches and everything, but I'm really enjoying the feel of the yarn as I work it up.
Well, that's good.
The twist on it and everything. But I've been making that. I started, in case anybody didn't see it, I started a cardigan. This is by MJ's Off the Hook Design. It's called the Cascade Cardigan, and it's got a row of granny squares down the middle of the back. And then it's granny stitch everywhere else. So I think it's going to be real pretty.
That will be very pretty.
And then I'm also, this is what I started before either of those things. I started an emotional support chicken, which I call a stupid, I keep accidentally calling it a stupid forest chicken, which is what we call the pheasants up here, the or rough grouse, the rough grouse. It's the Pennsylvania state bird, but
Right.
they will walk right in front of your car and you slow down or stop so you don't hit them, and then they'll come up to the car and like go under the wheels. And it's like, where am I supposed to go? Now I got to get out of the car to see if you're out from under the car so I can move again. You know, yeah, stupid forest chicken, Sally. But so this is my stupid forest chicken um uh emotional support chicken so far. I had these cones,
Oh, nice.
and it's got sparkle in it, just a bit of sparkle, but it's 90% acrylic and 10% mohair. And I've got 3 colors of it, so it's actually going to be, I don't know, I may have to send this to Mama, or give this to Mama G, because it's purple and then here's green, you know. It's very faint, the color difference, but you can sort of see it. It's making a nice fabric though. So,
It'll be beautiful when you get it done.
yeah. I except for the mohair, she would, Deborah. She would. It can go with her collection of all the you know, the dolls from Paula and her other stuffed animals that people have sent her and stuff. And
Right. Did you
I
see
mean,
the one Paula did for Mars?
I saw Mars is huge, but
Ginormous
it's
and wonderful.
beautiful.
It's absolutely wonderful. I was not expecting it to be that big. That thing is ginormous.
Yeah.
My hands just started hurting just looking at it.
Paula's a machine though.
That's some very beautiful work. Hopefully, I'll actually get some stash down this month. Last month, I didn't get not one bit.
I
Everything
got
I
some in the, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm fine.
No, no.
I said everything I used was new yarn this last month because I had to, buy for the to make
Mhm.
the stormtrooper.
Um, Sally, it's actually on Ravelry. If you look up emotional support chicken, um, there is a knit version and a crochet version. They're paid patterns, but they have YouTube tutorials. Um, I don't know if the tutorial is for the whole thing or it's just to help you through certain parts of it, you know, certain parts of the pattern. But let me look at who the designer is real quick, because I know there are a few emotional support chickens on Ravelry. It is by the Knitting Tree LA. It's Knitting Tree, comma LA. I guess they're in Los Angeles or maybe they're in Louisiana. I'm not sure. But this is the second one I've made. And have a good night, Dragon Cat. It was good to see you, honey. Oh, oh, that's a big yawn.
Mm. You still get the kits.
You mean kits for emotional support chickens?
Hmm.
Hi, Denise. I don't know. I just have always used my own yarn and the pattern. Yeah, I don't know if that place does kits. I do think they said that they did them in the beginning, yeah. But
That's cool.
yeah, they had them on their website. I remember that now, Paula. I don't know if you can still get kits.
Yeah, I would never even think to look for a kit. I
Yeah,
would have
I
just
just I just said I've got so much yarn. I'll just, pick one and then go with it.
Miss Wanda's trying to make me put yarn back in here. She done refilled up my cubby out there, and if I get any more, I'm gonna have to put a cubby in here full of acrylic yarn.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
She done sent me a big box.
Hi, Demetra. How are you?
Yes,
Yeah, one is a generous soul.
she is. She is such a sweetheart. I went to the post office on Friday because I knew a package was coming. But instead of putting it in one of the lockers and giving me the key, I got a slip saying, "Hey, we got a package for you." Well, I didn't make it awake for the 1 hour window that the post office is open on Saturday.
Oh,
So I had to wait till today to get my package. And then by the time I got the video made and edited, I'm like, I'm about to go live. So I just put it for it's gonna go live tomorrow at 10 in the morning.
yeah. Sore, tired, getting through it, Demetra. I'm getting through it. Though I am tired. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. If I'm making any of you yawn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone's been going crazy for the big twist yarn this year. I've heard rumors that another company is going to pick up that line, but I don't know if that's true or not. Could just be YouTube talking.
Yep. Hi, Gwen. How are you?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Mary Maxim might, or maybe Yarn Inspirations or something like that.
Yeah, Hirschner's.
Hmm.
Doing all right, Gwen. Doing all right.
Voices in the other room.
Maybe she thinks if she makes sounds like the piggy, then she'll get to come out. Oh, Ollie's has Joanne's yarn, huh?
There you go. I figured they'd end up with some of it.
Yeah, I was able to get some big twist when I went to my doctor's appointment the other week. $4.99 for Vanat blanket. That's a good price even for the small ones. Hi, Yolanda. How are you?
Hello, Yolanda. Thank you very much, my friend. I'm going to play you a little something in just a moment here. Almost played the wrong video.
Quilty says she'll be going to Ollie's tomorrow. Gotta check it out. And if they don't have it, you might find something else you want.
Right. Yeah, I don't tend to believe too much of what I hear until I see the proof in the pudding, you know?
Yeah,
Put too much
yeah.
stock in it.
Yeah, Terry, my Joanne said we'll be staying open till May and we get new stuff every day. And I went to my doctor's 2 weeks in a row, or it was no, it was 2 weeks apart. But I went to Joanne's both times and they did have different stuff. So
I suppose they have warehouses that they have to empty out.
yeah. Yeah, but the yarn is only 25% off.
That's ridiculous.
So it's like, if you intend to not be here in another month, then you should try to sell that, you know. But the thing
Right,
was, they barely have any yarn. But no matter what comes in, people are buying it up even at the 25% off. So why would they make it more off if people
right.
are going to pay what they're asking?
We're on the last strip of fiber.
Woohoo! I love that green, blue, green that's
Yeah,
in that.
very pretty. Oh goodness, I
Mhm.
gotta show you the one I got for this month.
Ooh.
A couple
Show
days ago.
and tell. Show and tell. Ooh.
Purple and pink and green and peachy and just beautiful. And if it wasn't,
Very springy.
if it wasn't for this part here or this part right here, I'd be like, oh my God, Ray.
It looks like it reminded me of an iris.
Right? Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Shanko wool again, my favorite wool.
Yep.
That
It
was
does
the
look smart,
merch color.
Deborah. Yep.
Missed the 40% off at Yarn Inspirations too. Oof. I haven't hit a sale in over 5 years now.
A yarn sale. You have to qualify it because
Right.
we all know you've gone and bought fabric.
Right.
So a yarn sale.
Yeah, I haven't hit a yarn sale. But I've eliminated almost 24 cubes of yarn, 25 cubes of yarn. So
And then wanted to fill them up again.
right. She's working hard on doing that. And she sent me another amazingly beautiful bag.
Aww.
So the bag that I got the first time is going to be passed along to a friend of mine
Aww.
the next time I get to see her.
I wonder who that could be.
I have no idea.
No idea. We're so bad at this.
Right?
I lost my mouse. There's my mouse.
Yeah, Miss Deborah. The sea turtle bag fits Miss Deborah much better than it does me. It's beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. But the one she sent me today, oh my god.
Mhm. That one really screams Bridget.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, she told me I could rehome anything that I wasn't gonna make use of myself. And I mean, I have 1.5 billion bags around here and I make bags, so if I know someone that's gonna make use of it and likes it even more than I like it, then you know.
No, Deborah, you don't get to see it. You have to wait. You have to wait. Mm.
It's the sea turtle bag, Miss Deborah. Oh yeah, Miss Wanda sent me pink, pink, shockingly pink, and a whole bunch of bonbons. Like,
Don't cry, Deborah. I was only teasing. Don't cry.
like I could make like an entire little bonbon yarn flower bouquet set for me and 3 or 4 other people with the amount of
Oh.
time she sent me. Well, you dirty rotten bugger. What's this one?
Oh, that's so cute. I got that bag. We have that bag in this house too. I got it from my sister
Yeah, she
like
sent me one.
a couple years ago.
And this time she sent me one with a beautiful snowy white owl on it. And it also had a pentagram, the star with the circle around it.
Hmm.
I always have to think about what I'm saying because sometimes I switch it up with pentacle instead of pentagram.
Well, I think the star with the circle around it is the pentacle, and a pentagram is just any 5-pointed.
I don't know. I get them confused
So,
and say it wrong.
but most
You know what
people
I'm
take
talking.
it to mean, witchy stuff
Yeah,
when they hear pentagram. So,
just like the herb bed I just built. That's what it is.
Mm.
I seen one on Facebook and thought it was an absolutely amazing idea. Of course, they had flowers or something in theirs. And I'm like, oh, I need that. So I screenshot it and then built me one.
Good. I'm sorry it cost you so much to get those last couple you needed, Kimberly.
Mm. Yeah, that's never any good when you run out of
They,
yarn for a project and then you get raked over the coals to get the yarn that you need.
yep, they do that every year or whenever, may not be every year, but whenever those Karen anniversary cakes come out, people will buy them all and then immediately turn around to resell them at twice, maybe three times the price, and then shipping also. And it's just like,
I tried that Macari thing for a minute. That made me so mad. I couldn't do that. I did one order on there and the person had their order for like 4 or 5 days and I still had not their money still had not been released to me. I'm like, this is ridiculous. No, I couldn't do that. Someone told me they changed that now, but now I've got my own website, so I don't have to worry about that.
woohoo, website!
Which, yay, my website made its first sale of the year or second sale of the year. I
Oh,
sold 2 cake cozies today.
yeah. They're going crazy or something, Deborah. If you're a yarny person, buy the yarn, use the yarn, or gift it to a friend. Don't go buying the yarn and then, um, only buying it so you can hike up the price and make some money. That's
I
not
mean,
what that's about.
it really that ain't any different than the people that do the extreme couponing stuff, get stuff for a penny or even free sometimes, quite often actually. My sister did it for a while. And then they go to a flea market and sell it for pretty much the cost that you would get it at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Lisa, you have a good lunch, honey.
Enjoy your lunch, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, down here they do that a lot. I mean, literally, my sister has gone to the grocery store, like a Food Lion or Publix or whatever, and she knew like when she was doing it, she had like a giant, almost like the CD cases we used to carry in our cars back in the day, the huge
Yeah,
portfolio.
yeah.
She had one of those full of coupons that she had already cut and ordered. And like she would go on days that they took double and triple coupons and competitor coupons. And she would leave that store with 2 and 3 buggies worth of stuff, get actual groceries because they won't give you money back. But sometimes the coupons are pretty much where the store owes you money. They will
Mhm.
credit that on other stuff that you buy in the store. So she would get even like a cart full of meat and whatnot and pay $10 for 3 buggies full of stuff.
Dang.
She was good at it. And I mean, it's completely legal, but then she would turn around and not knocking her hustle because, hey, I mean, if you can find a legal way to make $1, I'm not going to be mad at you. But she would go to the
Right.
flea market and sell it, and it'd be just under what you would get it for at the store. Here she got it for pretty much for free half the time, or a penny or two, you know. And I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of effort. I mean, the hours that she spent cutting coupons, and she even bought coupons from like California and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that because their
Yep.
coupons are more than our coupons, and like I couldn't do it. I don't have that kind of patience. I don't have that kind of
I did it to a tiny degree, but nothing where I was saving a lot of money or getting a ton of food, just to where I was, saving money on my regular grocery trip,
right.
So, she talking to you.
Uh-huh. It's been raining all day, so she's been in her room. So I just let her run around the house when Dad's sleeping. She'll go and stand in the second craft room, which is right next to our room, and bark.
Oh, no.
So if she's not outside directly on my lap, she has to be in her room because he needs his
Yep,
sleep. He works with
yeah,
great big machines that are very, very dangerous. He needs to be awake when he's at work.
yep, yep. How's his schooling going?
Awesome. He's not made anything under like an 85 on any of his tests. Most of them are 90 and above, if not 100. So he's doing really, really well. I'm really proud of him. And he's even starting to put his knowledge to what he's learning to use because Daddy needed some stuff worked on over at the shop because he had the shop that burnt down rebuilt, and he had a car lift put in it. So he had to go over and wire up the car lift, but I guess Daddy got given because he didn't end up paying for it a janky car lift, so they got to figure out what's wrong with it before they can proceed.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that going out on you or anything.
Right. You're a fine young lady. I will take you out in a little while. The
Well,
man.
I think, call it a night myself because I am starting to see double because I'm so tired. So
All
I
right.
can't even, huh?
No problem. I hope you get to feeling better, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow night for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I should feel a little better each day, so it's just gonna take time. But I am going to say goodnight to everybody and hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And there comes Liz in. Hi, Liz. Bye, Liz. Yes, and I have missed you all, and it was so nice to spend time with you. So I will see you all later. All right, love you. Bye.
Love you, Mel. Have a good night. Froze. I think she's tried to go out and it froze up on the screen. Well, you can come up here and join me if you want to, Miss Liz, but you don't have to. If you do want to come up, I'll drop the link for you. Yeah, the phones sometimes make it a pain in the tuchus to get out. I know when the camera that's on the yarn, when I want to leave with that one, it's really hard to leave with that device. There she goes. I think I'll stay long enough to finish this strip of fiber. And then next week when we meet up, we will ply it together and you guys can see it come to life um, live. And that way we had spin the whole yarn together. And then I'll be able to make one more yarn, you know, similar. Obviously, it won't be 100% the same, but I do have the other half of both colors still. So I'll be able to go ahead and make a second yarn. And I was thinking about selling it or keeping it for myself, but what I've decided is I'm actually going to do a giveaway with that yarn when it is completed. We will announce all the details to that. But this one here will be going, I'm going to ship it to Erin Crafting Kitty so that she can add it in with the prizes for the dragon make along that her and Ray from Ray's Yarn Addiction are doing. So anybody here that's participating in that actually has a chance at winning this yarn. So it's a you know, just another little added reason to participate in that fun make along, because it doesn't have to be crochet. It doesn't have to be, you know, like an amigurumi or the project that they're doing. It just has to be something that is inspired by a dragon, and any craft will do. And Ray's even said, you know, put on some character makeup and dance around going roar, and she'll take it. You know, if you want to do some play acting as a dragon, you know. Not me. It gets dark and my brain says it's time to party. All day long, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I have no energy. I'm weak. The sun goes down and I'm alive and kicking. Been like that for as long as I can remember. Of course, with my memory, that's not always a very long time. I think that little turkey's done got used to me talking now. She doesn't wake up when I talk often is anymore. Well, sure, that'll count. I think you'd probably have to help him with that drawing, but you know, that should count. I'm not sure, Demetra. You can talk to Miss Erin Crafting Kitty or Ray's Yarn Addiction about that. I'm not sure what time parameters they have put on things, um, or if they have time parameters. I don't know all the official rules. I just know that Ray and Erin do not do an extremely strict um, make along thing, because they want people to be able to participate and enjoy participating. So, well, right? I'm sure he would make an awesome dragon. I made a dragon once when I was a kid in school for art class out of clay. That dragon is currently sitting at my sister's house because she forgets to bring it up here and I forget to ask her about it when I'm down there. But it was my representation of Puff the Magic Dragon, even though I painted it black. Not sure why, but yeah. Sure, put a dinosaur costume on Alex. I'm sure they would. I mean, you'd have to make him breathe fire so he'd be a dragon, but you know. I got a little bit of video of her in her tutu today, and I mean it's only a few seconds because she was squeaking and squawking, and you know the king was sleeping and we couldn't be outside. But I did put that on the end of the video that will go live at 10 o'clock in the morning because I got a box of yarn from Miss Wanda, and then I decided to show you guys the tutu and try to catch a little bit of video before I started editing. And not that I do a lot of editing. I smash everything together, cut off the worst parts of stuff and upload it. But that's a lot for compared to what I did when I first started. Yeah, it'll work better when she gets a bit bigger. And I'll have to. I was thinking about giving her a collar too, just kind of for show because you can't really keep a collar on a pig, but they can slip out of them very easy because of the shapes of their body. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier to make her stuff to wear once she's fully grown because right now, she's growing so fast that if I make it to fit her right now, there's a good chance that in a week or two it's not going to fit her anymore. And if it doesn't fit her right now, it's going to fall right off of her. Right? She definitely needs something fancy, something very very fancy. Get her little crown when she gets bigger, because she's done taking over as the queen around here. Turkey. But she absolutely is in love with taking a bath. She loves it so much. So I'll probably set up the camera tomorrow when I give her her bath again and record that so you guys can see that. She thinks that's wonderful. She really likes the nice warm water like I like. Not I like mine a lot hotter, but um, she is definitely happier with the warmer water than the cooler water, and she loves a good scrub down. So, and the dogs are just happy that I'm not making them take a bath every time she takes a bath because they don't like it, especially Khaleesi. She gets mad at me, won't talk to me for a day every time I give her a bath. Honestly, I think the cat would be happier with a bath than Khaleesi is. She's not happy with getting wet at all. She gets mad at me if I take her outside, and even if it's not raining currently and it's just been raining out, Khaleesi throws a fit. She wants nothing to do with getting wet. Oh no, Miss Deborah, I'm so sorry. I hate frogging. It's the worst. Yeah, and when when it's got to be right, it's got to be right. Now, Like that Star Wars pattern, there was a couple times that I messed up. I missed my count because I looked at the wrong row or whatever, and I had to frog back. And with stuff like that, it really does matter. There isn't any fudging it. Now, however, there was a couple times because I do a chain to 4 double crochets corner to corner instead of a chain 3 double crochet corner to corner. I just like the way that it fills up the blanket a bit more. The holes are not as prevalent in it. It's the way I like to do it. There was a couple times that I only did 3 double crochets. But I didn't realize that I did that until rows and rows and rows passed when I did it. And you couldn't really tell. So I left them. The only person that would ever know would be me. And even I couldn't find them again while I was tying it in. So. And I put all the ends in a giant plastic Easter egg because I was gonna show them in the video and then I forgot. But I want to weigh them. Just kind of curious how much weight gets tossed away in the ends from one blanket. So I know a lot of people save their ends and they put them inside their amigurumi and stuff like that, but I've already got enough stuff that I need 3 rooms of my house. I'm not keeping trash, even if it's usable trash. I'm not. I don't want my house to look like a hoarder house. Oh, that star stitch is pretty. I've not done it yet, but it is a really pretty stitch. But yeah, that definitely would matter. In something like that. Yeah, you know, they say anything worth doing is worth doing right, even if sometimes that means you have to correct a mistake. But on the other hand, budget when you can because life's too short to fret the small stuff. I want my stuff to look as nice as possible, but I'm also not going to stress over small things that no one's ever going to know but me. You know, unless I choose to say, hey, look what I did right here, you know. So if that, you know, for me, if that's the situation and no one's ever going to pick that out but me, then I leave it alone. If it's something that, you know, even a novice or or a muggle, as one would say, a non-crocheter would notice that, hey, that's out of place, then, you know, then of course I have to pull back and correct it. Oh, for a baby. I love crocheting for baby. I hope that the new one comes into the world happy and healthy and bouncing away. Okay, Kimberly. And no one has emailed me, but I'm gonna remind everybody again in case for just forgot. I am willing to do a meetup on Discord after the live tonight if anybody wants to hang out and craft a while for me, say for maybe an hour or so. If you do want to participate in that, all you have to do is shoot me over an email and I will send you the link so that you can get into the group. Have a nice night, Quilty. It's wonderful to see you, sweetheart. I'm sorry I didn't greet you when you come in. I didn't realize that you did. I know I missed quite a few people tonight, and I'm very sorry about that, guys. Get excited seeing Mel again for the first time. Well, I seen her last week at our craft night, but being live with her again. Hi, Jackie. Welcome in, sweetheart. Wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing well. We are getting very close to the end of this strip of fiber. We'll probably go, we're at 121 now. I'll try to stretch it till 2 hours. Oh, isn't that wonderful? She wants to be a yarn hoarder just like Grandma. Well, I mean, at least you have plenty of pretty colors to pick from, then, don't you? That's funny, a yarn hoarder. But it's funny. No one ever picks on a painter about having all the colors of paint or all the different kinds of paint, or a mechanic for having all the tools that he needs to work on cars. You know, this is the tools of our trade. I mean, I'm not saying you need every single type of yarn that's ever in every color of that type of yarn ever made ever. But at the same time, I'm not going to judge what tools and what you want to work with, as long as you're able to move and do how you need to do in your life. Go for it. Right? That's right. It just hasn't decided what it wants to grow up to be yet. You know what? The heck with it. Let's start flying this yarn up tonight. That sounds like fun. I should be working on Witchy Wednesday, so I'm just, you guys are helping me procrastinate a little bit tonight. I don't know why, but that project is just, I it's cute. I love it. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. There's nothing wrong with the project, but it's just not giving me that, oh my goodness, I'm just loving, loving, loving this. Just can't wait to finish it, type of feeling. So probably because I'm not used to having so many whips, and definitely not used to an amigurumi taking me more than a couple nights to do. But this is a fairly big pattern with lots and lots of parts, so. Welcome in, Jennifer. put a new bobbin on so we have a place to apply our yarn to. Oh, someone on the voice is wearing some crochet. That's awesome. Yeah, crochet fashion has really taken off since 2020. I, for one, am not mad at it. I love seeing, yeah, I think Jason Momoa made Jack Black or bought Jack Black a hexagon cardigan as well. Someone was talking about. Thought that was pretty cool. That's enough. Oh, so I've loaded both yarns onto the Lazy Kate. I'll put it on the floor over there, and we can start plying this yarn together. Right. Vanna White does make some really nice yarn. The little bonbons I got today were all Vanna White yarn. And I've used the bigger skeins of her yarn in the past. Yeah. Here's when we find out if this was a good idea or not. I think it'll turn out awesome. I hope so anyway. Yeah, I love wearing my crochet or my knitwear. It really, either one is fine. Um, certain things I like better in knit than I do in crochet, but there are also other things that I like better in crochet than I do in knitting. I think both crafts are equal to one another, but of course, like everything, there are strengths and weaknesses for both. Hmm. I think that's pretty cool. I think more people should crochet. It's an absolutely wonderful hobby. And it's so good for your brain. And I worry about Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff like that. My grandfather had alcohol related dementia, which obviously I don't think that is definitely a genetic thing because of his alcoholism for as many years as he was, is what caused that. But I still worry about it, especially with my memory issues already. You know, right? That's awesome that it's finally getting out in the world, that you're not just some crazy cat lady because you're wearing, a yarn outfit. You're an old spinster. Yeah, I mean, people pay good money for crochet fashion. I mean, it's definitely, they should, as long as it takes to make things. Um, be nice if more people got to sell their products at, you know, so that they could actually make a little something for their time and their talent. So far, I am not upset with how it is blending together. It's actually looking quite pretty. You guys got any special projects planned or anything going on this week that's noteworthy? I will be building herb beds and getting plants outside. I've already got squash up from, I left some of the squash go bad last year and left it sit in the yard. And a few squash plants have popped up out there. And Tiny has planted some more squash out in his pen, but I'm not sure if he'll let it keep growing or not. But I've also taken some seeds from the squash I've been making Aria lately and popped them into some dirt. So I've got squash growing out in the sunroom right now. Won't be able to have my full garden this year, and I probably won't have my full garden next year again. With the king being in school, he just doesn't have the time to be out knocking trees down that need to be down for me to have my garden area. But eventually I will have my garden. I think for this year, I'm just going to do a few plants in pots and whatnot. Ooh, that's so pretty. Like, we went from like an emerald type color into a darker green with some black and lighter. And now we're into more of a lighter teal. That's so pretty. Um, the one, the first braid was like burnt oranges, creamy browns, and a very dark brown into almost black. And the second braid is creamy off-whites, light greens, medium greens, and darker greens. So the way I was looking at it is the one was the representation of like the skin of the dragon. Um, and then the other was the representation of his fire or the aftermath of his fire blended together. They make a dragon. That was the plan, anyways. Hopefully, it will be reminiscent of a dragon when we are done. Yes, I love volunteer plants. And I've got flowers coming up in all the flower beds. My sweet Wilhelmina is starting to bloom. My azalea is in full bloom. And my fig bush is going absolutely bananas. I'm so happy. I think this year I should get figs out of my fig bush for the first time. I'm hoping, anyways. Be nice to have one or two at least. I have a pink variety. It's not the pinkest pink and it's not the lightest pink. It's kind of the medium pink azalea. Eventually, I would like to have an azalea of every color. Um, they're a bit expensive, so I'll probably just get one or two here and there, or get them when I can find them on clearance somewhere because someone didn't take care of them properly, and I can bring them home and nurse them back to health. Because I want all the pretty plants. I just don't want to pay, crazy prices. And the one I have now, I actually got at Tractor Supply a few years ago on clearance because it was half dead. But it sprung back to life for me. Just had to give it a little bit of love. There we go. I had a little bit of a pigtail in my one strand of fiber. I had to straighten that out real quick. Ooh, we're getting into the oranges. Hello, Miss Karen. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. I haven't had any figs from my fig bush yet. It's I think this is the third or the fourth year that it's been in the ground. I believe it's the third year, and I was told that 3 years and on they should start producing figs. Mine is going crazy. I'm getting all kinds of new leaves on it and new growth. It's doubled in size in the last year. So, rhododendrons. Um, I don't have any, but I would love some. Those are beautiful. It's a Yeah, from what I was told, it's 3 years. I know some other varieties, from what I've been seeing, take up to 5 years before they fruit for the first time. But once they start fruiting, bigger azalea. Hmm. Yeah, the rhododendrons are it's another flowering bush, I do believe. If I remember correctly. Oops, I'm chatting away and didn't move my guide. No. Yeah, it's a beautiful flower. Eventually, I'll have my whole yard planted up, the front yard at least. I try to add a new something every year. Do something out there that's improves what the yard looks like every year. I like growing a lot of the. Oh yeah, we have lots of deer. Um, Matter of fact, they like to make stomp holes in our yard. I don't know why, but it's very strange how they do it. They stomp down into the ground quite deep. Yeah, we have on the property, we have deer, fox, raccoon, of course, squirrels, of course. There's a couple coyotes that live not too far from here. I've heard them quite a few times. Um, we have a hawk that nests on the property, and then yeah, we have loads of deer in the backyard. I pretty much what I like to do is I'll plant way more than what I need. That way, if the wildlife come and take some, or my neighbors come and help themselves, which happens quite often, um, there'll still be plenty for us to have some. The figs haven't, or the deer haven't messed with my figs. I think probably though because they're in the front yard. Most of my flowers and whatnot are in the front yard, and they seem to stick closer to the backyard. Of course, the front yard is much closer to the road, and our road is rather busy. I mean, it's not a main highway, but it's a major connection point between two bigger roads that people can cut through on to get from one to the other. So, and we have quite a few commercial chicken farms on our road, as well as a commercial hog farm. So, we're constantly getting semis up and down the road and whatnot. So the deer stay in the backyard for the most part. And I'm sure a lot of them will be very upset with us when we have the land cleared the way I want it, because they're going to lose a good bit of bedding down space, but they'll still have the other half of the property they can use. Ooh, that's a pretty change. Hello, Kristen. Welcome in, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. And we actually went back into the beginning of the strips of fiber pretty much at the same time. So now we're going to start repeating the color that we started with. And I don't know how closely it's going to line up like that through the entire hank of yarn, of course, because I can't guarantee that each strip is exactly the same and that each strip got, the exact same amount of length out of it. Well, thank you, Miss Kristen. I will play you a little thank you video in just a moment. I would love to take some of the figs and make the king some homemade fig Newtons because he absolutely loves fig Newtons. But he's never had fresh figs or like homemade ones. He's only had just the store-bought ones. I think that he would really enjoy them fresh. Yeah, I like to make homemade goodies for him rather than the store-bought um, extra preservative junk. And he's got a major sweet tooth, so. I found a recipe for them. I was just scrolling around and I found a recipe for them and they sounded absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna give it a go. And this is for you, Miss Kristen. Thank you. Yeah. I'm hoping to start doing some more canning too. That's why I'd like to get the garden going and get my fruit trees bought and put in the ground because I want to do more of that. I want to do more canning and more dehydrating and get things squared away so that we don't have to frequent the grocery store as often. I am incredibly fussy when it comes to what I'm willing to eat. So making it myself just works a lot better for me most of the time. I think that comes from having grown up with an incredibly talented cook as my and baker as my grandmother and actually my father as well. Both of them were very, very good in the kitchen. And it made me spoiled. There we go. Another pigtail I had to work out. Speaking of pigtails, I cannot believe she is still sleeping. That's crazy. Last week, I got off the live and wasn't even off the live 10 minutes, and she was up and ready to play. I was like, I see how you are. Everybody comes to see you, and you sleeping. I don't know how many of you make wearables like tops and stuff like that, tops, sweaters, cardigans, and whatnot. But I know you've all heard me talk about Camille's Creations here quite a bit recently, and she is doing another little let's do a theme together type project over at her channel with she wants to make tops. So if you happen to make a top in the next month and you want to participate in her make along, uh, take a picture of yourself in your new make and send it on over to her. I'm not sure about prizes and stuff like that. You will have to watch her official video when it comes out so that you know all the parameters and whatnot. But if you're making something like that already, anyways, you know, take the time to participate. I know she would love to see what you're making, as all of us yarny YouTubers say all the time. We absolutely love seeing what our friends are making. So, you know, participate in the stuff and send the pictures so that we can, you guys get to see what we're making in the videos. We'd like to see what you're making while you're watching those videos and whatnot. Right, Terry, right. The queen rises when the queen rises. I think isn't there a sports team that has this color, like this tealy color and the orange? It looks very sports team to me, that one. Isn't that pretty? Look at those colors. Ooh, I've not tried the cold pack canning before. Pressure canning I grew up doing. I would love to learn more about that cold pack canner. Young lady, you're fine. Isn't that pretty, Carrie? She says, I'm the star of this show. Don't say that, pig is. Come on. Thank you, Miss Angela. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the decision I made making this. This is very pretty. I hope whoever wins it really enjoys it. And I suppose next week, since flying this up tonight, we can start getting Mel's yarn ready for her. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I need to blend the ruby fur in with some wool, and then I can start making Mel's yarn. know that would make her feel good. See her ruby yarn. And I have to learn something new to make the yarn because I don't care from spinning from a bat or from roll eggs. Is not my preferred way of spinning. I don't really care for it. So I have to learn how to diz off of my blending board to make myself some roving so that I can spin that yarn up for now. Yeah, before Ruby had passed away, Mel had asked me about making some ruby yarn, and I told her, of course, I would try to do that for her. I've never done dog fiber in a yarn, but I was willing to give that a shot for her, and I told her how much fiber from Ruby I would require to make the 2 hanks that she wanted, and she brushed Ruby and saved up those brushings until she got enough to make the 2 hanks that she wanted, and then she sent her fiber to me. But then some things happened at home, and she didn't want to have anything mailed coming into the house at that current time. So she asked me to hold off for a little while making her yarn. Well, I did, and it's been a while now, and so I want to get that project taken care of because I don't like to owe anybody anything, and she's already paid for her yarn, so I feel like I owe it to her to get that yarn done and out to her. She is just being downright consistent tonight, or insistent tonight. It seems like we're filling up this bobbin pretty quickly. And I still need to dye some yarn. Got a Royal Celebration box to get made up. Should have been done by now. So many jobs, so many hats, and only one person to wear them. Thank you, Miss Sally. I think so too. I think it's going to be a very unique and pretty yarn. All right. I hear you. I am going to step out for just a few seconds. I'm going to run those 2 outside to go potty real quick. I will be right back. I'm really sorry, guys, but she is being very, very insistent. Coco, Lucy, come. Oh no, they woke up the baby. They woke up the baby. Come here. Come on. Oh, oh, oh. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Yeah, they've been waiting on you. They said, where's the queen? Oh my goodness. You were sweating. Uh-huh, you're the twitty piggy. Oh. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, the boss is around. Huh. Yeah, do the play. She's growing quite fast. Yeah, she's growing. Yeah, she's growing. What? Oh, the poor thing. Mm-mm-mm. She says, snuggle me, snuggle me. Okay, you go play. Today, I was making the opening video, Happy Mail video. Um, she had the tripod just a rocking. She spun the camera halfway around. So I guess the days of having you know, a nice steady camera and quiet videos are completely gone. They are a thing of the past. Because her favorite scratching post seems to be whatever tripod my phone happens to be on. I remember doing hot water bath canning, and I remember doing pressure canning. I've never heard of the cold pack. I would love to learn about that though. I mean, that's a great way to, canning your stuff is a great way to preserve your food, and you know, so if you got more than one way that you can do it, that's absolutely amazing. I like to do canning and dehydrating and freezing, and just depends on what it is. I wish I've been trying to talk the king into building a root cellar here. But most people in the South don't have, at least this part of the South, don't have like basements or root cellars. But it's such a great place to keep your canned goods and whatnot. We would probably have to do one outside of the house rather than in the house, though. Piggy tail again. She's trying to find something to chew on again. Always hungry. She has started to eat the piggy kibble. It is still not her favorite thing in the world. She would really much rather not. Just look it up. Old term packing jars uncooked. Then use hot water bath pressure cook to kill the pathogen. Huh. That is very, very interesting. My grandma canned everything. I loved her peaches and pears that she canned, and um, pickles. She made the best pickles. She made like a couple different kinds, but this one, I don't know, they were a sweet pickle, but they were like the water was like a tealy green, and they were so good. But I don't remember exactly what they were, so I can't even begin to look up recipes to try to make some. I just know that they were a sweet pickle. And she even went as far as she grew her own dill for her dill pickles. I used to love chewing on the dill when I was a kid. Wow, 2 hours and 9 minutes. Yay! Oh, darn it, another pigtail. If this is what I'm referring to when I say a pigtail, it's when the fiber has come forward and it just makes tail in your yarn. It's not anything horrible, but if I were to leave it like that and not realize it was there, it could stick out of the finished yarn like a pigtail. So that's what I'm fighting with when I have to slow down, work that out of the fiber, the yarn. I think we're about halfway done with playing, roughly. But I love you guys. I don't have much in the way of family, and you guys are my friends. I know like two people now in person outside of the king in the south. One is Miss Deborah, but I'm definitely glad to know her. Well, I have met Miss Cynthia. I did get to meet her. Hopefully, we'll get together again sometime this summer. Maybe do lunch again. Yes, little girl. What's the problem is? She's down by my feet again. Oh, you can see her. Yeah, we're back to the teal and the orange meeting together. Well, I did pretty good with so far, judging by the colors meeting up together. I did pretty good with staying consistent. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. I actually still have not washed and flacked the last yarn that I finished with you guys. It's still sitting in the bathroom next to the sink, waiting for me to dump it in some hot water. Just had so many other things to do, I haven't done it. Chunk pickle shoes, the cucumbers, the cucumber. Ooh, yummy. That sounds wonderful. Well, welcome back, Miss Cindy. Thank you for coming back and spending more time with us. Yeah, now she's gonna help me spin. You don't mind, Mom, do you? Just move on over. Yeah, now Khaleesi's outside complaining she wants to come inside. Well, Miss Arya, keep them company for a minute. All right? Don't run off and do anything crazy. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. You're supposed to stay and keep everybody company. You run off. See how you are? Then you come back to scratch again. Oh, goodness. Oh, Miss Pig. Oh, I need to move my guide. There we go. There we go. Oh, goodness. I think she probably would think so. She's so darn spoiled. Of course, all my babies are spoiled. Might can't give them all the things in the world, but I can give them all the love, you know? Yeah, she went out and found her favorite scratching post out in the between the living room and the hallway while I was bringing the dogs in. I said, "Thank you, little miss." No, she found my shoes to scratch on now. I need to get her some piggy lotion. Her skin's a little bit dry. I've been hearing to put olive oil on. I have some straight olive oil. I'm not sure if they put it on straight or if they mix it into a lotion or how they do that, but I gotta look it up and find out. So I think that would help her from itching quite as much as she does. Usually, yeah, if my feet are moving, she's wanting to be snuggled up on them, unless she's in my lap. And she don't like to be just in my lap, like in my lap. She always wants to be up on my chest. She does not want to just snuggle like curled into my lap. She wants to be up on my chest, snuggled right up on me. So pretty. I gotta make her some dinner when I get off of here yet. And I've been giving her twice a day. She gets her veggies, and then once a day she gets the piggy kibble. Yes, they were a really pretty shade of like green, and the water was that shade too. ISIL. I'll have to look that up and try it out sometime because they were delicious. I mean, I love cucumbers and pickles anyways, but and I'm not generally a sweet pickle person, but those were just wonderful the way my grandmother made them. Move my guide again. Oh, it's so pretty. This yarn kind of reminds me of a few years back. I'm not sure if it was pre 2020 or I think it was pre 2020 when everyone started mixing the two shades of mandala together. They would grab two balls of mandala and make like a blanket with the running two strands of two different colors of mandala at once. That's what this yarn is reminding me of. Is one of those style of yarns. I think there was one that Lion Brand actually did make a yarn that did that. Where they purposely put the mandala pre-spun together like that and put it in cakes. I'm hoping tomorrow the rain will be gone, although I'm hearing that it might be here still. I'm hoping I can go out and get the rest of my herb bed filled up tomorrow and start. I want to also put a lot of my fairy garden stuff out there. It's the space between the two sides of my driveway where my pump house is. I want to fill up that whole area. And eventually, hopefully within the next year or so, our pump house will be knocked down and we are going to rebuild it. And at first I wanted to make like a fairy castle for the building, but I've decided since that I want like a cabin type building. I want it to look like it's a hunter's cabin or a little cabin in the woods. When it's done, I think that would look really cool with all the fairy garden stuff, and with the witch's herb garden in front. I think that would be very fitting for that area. And I put my bird bath out there, so when I'm out playing with my flowers, hopefully I'll be able to see the birdies taking a bath and playing in the water. I got really lucky and got that bird bath on Amazon, or not on Amazon, on Facebook Marketplace for I think like $25. And you can't even get a replacement bowl um, for that cheap. So I was quite happy with it. I'd also like to get one of those concrete garden tables. There's the concrete table and like 3 bench style seats. I'd like to get one of those and put it out in my yard. Put it over where I plan on putting the koi pond. I have an area that doesn't receive a whole lot of sun, so I wouldn't have to worry about all the excess algae and whatnot in my pond. And I'd be able to sit in my sunroom and watch my fishies swimming around in the pond. So hopefully I'll be able to get that project underway sooner than later. Everything takes time and money. I'm willing to do, most of the work myself. So it's basically, I just got to get the supplies, but, it still takes a bit. So it's going to take me a little while. Another pigtail. Hello, Miss Dorothy. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Mr. Yarndall. Oh my goodness. Haven't seen you in forever. It's wonderful to see you. Yeah. HOAs are, well, that's why we sold our house and we bought this one. I hope that you and Dawn are well. I didn't see a live notification for her this morning. I hope she's feeling all right. Hopefully I just missed it. Yeah, the King and I both really like fish. We both had a 55-gallon fish tank when we met. So when we moved in together, we had 2 fish tanks, and we still have 2 fish tanks. But we have not set them back up really since we moved here. We just haven't had the time to devote to taking care of the fish tanks the way we used to. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Miss Wanda. That is so sweet of you. I'm going to play this for you. And now the box I got today that I've been telling you guys about and that you will see tomorrow is not one of her mystery boxes, but Miss Wanda does have mystery boxes available. The last I knew, if anybody is into getting mystery boxes of yarn, you can get a hold of her via my Facebook group, or she's in the room now, Miss Navy Mommy. Um, she has awesome boxes full of wonderful goodies, and I believe she is putting hooks inside of them, or she at least was. So get a hold of her if you would like a mystery box of yarn, because they're awesome. I've seen other people actually open up the actual mystery box, and yeah, they really got some good yarn in their boxes. Yes, mine is special because I'm spoiled. Hello, Coconut. You feeling better, Mama? Huh? You want to come up and say hi? All right, come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it, Mama. She says, help me, help me. Okay, there you go. Come up and say hi. Okay. I don't need no mouth sugars though. It's my old girl. Yeah. We're getting old. Yeah. My oldest baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a good girl. Oh, she is rotten monster. Rotten monster. Yep. Yeah. My cocoa bean. She gave me a good scare a couple weeks ago. She was having some real bad belly pain. It seemed to work its way out, thankfully. They are. They are so wonderfully sweet. And, because of Coco, I was able to start going places again. And I was able to cut back on the anxiety medication, the panic medication. And then when I found crochet, I was able to not only cut back on it, but completely stop taking it. So I no longer take my depression medicine. I no longer take anxiety medication or panic medication because of crochet and knitting and my fur babies. So, any of those pharmaceutical drugs that I, can get out of my system, the better. Doggy Life came back. She seen we had babies again. Welcome back, Izzy. Yeah, we got piggies at the feet and puppies in the lap, and another puppy in the hallway. She's laying on her back doing the scritchy thingy, and so if you can hear the roar, that's her because she's enjoying her scritches. Can I get back to work, please? Can I go back to work? No. My work is to hold you. Is that it? Okay. Well, I love you too. You're a sweet baby. Yeah. Yeah. Can you say please? Okay, please. There we go. There we go. We said please. All right, come on. You might as well come up too. You know you're gonna. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And now we have the nose attacker. This one here is actually the black one's puppy. This is Miss Khaleesi. She started our Game of Thrones name fest off. She was our first Game of Thrones named animal. Yeah, they're all spoiled rotten. You're all spoiled rotten, rotten, rotten. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. They gotta, you're not doing anything important. They're only crocheting or spinning or whatever. You can definitely take time out for them. Thank you, Miss Kristen. She's over getting scritches on her own. And this one here, if you scratch her up here, she'll push your hands down so you scratch her down here. And she'll push. It's my nose. It's my nose. All right, go play. Be a good girl. Oh, babies. Now I've got hair from head to toe. Oh, thank you, Miss Wanda. Let me play this for you. Dancing away. I actually did a little dancing a couple weekends ago. King and I were hanging out, and I made us some strawberry pineapple daiquiris. Those were yummy. I'm not really a drinker, but the way that I made them and with what I made them with, the brand that I made them with, you absolutely could not tell that there was even alcohol in them. So I was dancing around the house having a good old time. Aria, pick, pick, pick. Aria, pick, pick, pick. I know. How dare I talk to that piggy? It's a crime. I know it. Police's military crawling across the carpet. Here she is. There's a piggy. Now come here. Everybody wants to see the baby. Everybody wants to see the baby. You gotta say hi. Says, nope, I'm gonna snuggle. Yeah, they get real down on the floor and they put their chest on the floor and their front feet weighed out in front of them, and then they kind of stick their butt up a little bit in the air and they scoot across the floor like they're military crawling, like we did in school to get under the wires where they you kind of crawl on your arms. I don't know, that's what I call it anyways. Yeah, she's gonna snuggle right down and try to go to sleep on me. Yeah, she thinks every time we snuggle it's nap time. Hmm. Yo, mommy gonna hold me. Time to sleep. Oh, thank you, Miss Cindy. I'll play this for you. I need to make one for ongoing members. No, this one is going to be sent to Erin, the crafting kitty, as participation entry. Okay, bye, Miss Dorothy. Slash part of the giveaway for her and Ray's Yarn Addictions make along. I'm calling this dragon yarn, as one side is like greens and off white tones, and the other half is browns and burnt oranges. So together, I thought that it would look a good bit like a dragon. That's the inspiration I was taking from it. Um, and they have a make along going along that you can make basically anything that is a dragon, whether you paint it, crochet it, knit it, do the project they're working on, go outside in a costume and roar around and blast some fire, pretend however you want to do it to participate. They want you to do that with them. And this yarn will be offered up as part of the giveaway prize for that. I will have a second hank of it because I have another half of both colors, and I am going to repeat this process. And I do believe I'm going to do a giveaway with that on my channel, just because you guys, sit and watch me spin on Monday nights, and I want to make sure that one of my people also gets to enjoy some hand spun yarn. Little pretty girl. Mm-hmm. Little pretty. Okay, I gotta get back to work. That means you gotta go play. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. You're a good girl. Okay, big piggy. Big piggy. Oh, there we go. I know, it's awful. He's so sweet. Well, that's for sure always a possibility. And we'll probably do it live. Little girl. Now, if you put my bobbin in like that, I can't spin. No, I can't. You blocked the wheel. Well, I guess I'm done spinning for now. Little miss. Because she says, nope, we are not done snuggling. I will finish that up after I finish talking to you guys, I guess. We will. We got, let's see, we're at 241.49 right now. So we'll give it a 19-minute last minute call, I guess. We'll go for another 19 minutes, 20 or or so that it's an even 3 hours. That'll be a record for me. Well, thank you, Miss Kristen. Yeah, pretty much. She'll have dinner and then fall asleep, and then right before I go to bed, she'll wake up and I'll take her outside and let her go wee wee again, and I'll give her just a little bit more to eat. It's a little midnight snack at about 3 or 4 a.m. So that she's good until I wake up from my little nap. Right, I know, and half of that time by myself, and I haven't been shaking like a leaf or going, uh, 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 all the time. I know it's not nonstop talking like some people's channels, but you know. Good night, Miss Angela. Thank you for joining us tonight, sweetheart. And just as a reminder to everyone to come back and leave a little comment on the replay so that you can be counted in the cauldron for this video. You know, we do at least 3 people from every single video. Oh, thank you, Miss Lulu. Miss Cindy, I'll play this for you. Yes, yes, please. Dance it away, huh? Say dance, dance, dance. Let's see. Ooh, piggy pawed down the top. Here we go. She's, oh, Mom, not this again. Oh, Mom, not this again. Here we go. I know. It's awful, isn't it? Making a pretty girl just dressed up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. She says, Mom, what you doing to me? There we go. Now, you can say you've seen a piggy in a tutu. It's a piggy in a tutu. Ah, it's a piggy in a tutu. Yeah, it's a little piggy. Isn't that adorable? That is too funny. Too funny. Yeah. You see? Huh? That's all right. Yeah. I'm a cute little piggy in a tutu. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. That's so funny. Her so cute. Yeah, her so cute. She's such a little love bug. Did HD come in and I missed her? Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome in, sweetheart. Yes. Yes. Where are you going? Your fans want to see your pretty face. Yeah, they want to see the pretty face. Wait a what? They want to see you. Don't eat my fingers. They're mine. I need them. She should be about 25 to 35 pounds when she's full grown, less than knee high. She won't be any bigger than Tiny Tim. She actually will probably end up a bit smaller than him. There she is. There's HD. Yes. Everyone's coming to see the piggy. The star of the show, huh? Yes. Want to take that off? Okay, we'll take it off. Ooh, I hung up. There we go. Yeah, that'll fit her a little bit better when she gets a little bit bigger. Yeah. But I purposely made it a little bit big right now so that I wouldn't have to make another one in a week. My dogs get outfits, both of them have little dresses and sweaters, and like Coco's got an angel costume and whatnot. So I figured, the piggy should have fancy stuff too. Yeah, the piggy's got to have fancy stuff. And I'm currently working on a bed for her. It will have a zipper so that we can take the cushion out and wash it for her. And of course, it's a beautiful bright shade of pink that we are working with because why not? Right. We got to be girly girly. Yeah, I know. Okay. She is spoiled rotten. Rotten, rotten. But in all the best ways. Yes. In all the best ways. Where you going? You go fall down, you go that way. you know, Izzy, a lot of people have said that. Miss Liz is one of my very best friends that I've made here on YouTube. We talk all the time in the background, and she is forever saying that she's on her way to come and visit. And then she'll tell Ray, "Don't tell her we're going to take the piggy home." She kind of accidentally says the quiet part out loud. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Isn't that wonderful? I love her little squeaks. Her little quick quicks. She's such a little love bug. And it's funny, the cats outside get very curious about her. And, they absolutely love the dogs. And so she's been trying to investigate them. They like to investigate her. They're not real keen on her investigating them yet. They're still not sure what to think. But she goes up and downstairs now so she can take herself outside. And we got some buttons. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos where the dogs hit the buttons to tell their owners what they want or whatever. So we got some of those buttons so that I'm working on training her and the dogs to hit that button to let me know when they need to go outside. So hopefully that training will continue to go well and she will pick up on it very soon. They're very, very smart. She's got the litter box all figured out. Yeah, I have some bells on my back door, and they learned that very, very well. However, I can't hear them when I'm in here. So I wanted to do the button so that I could put a button in each room. And that way, no matter what room we're in, they can tell me they need to go outside, because I have an exit door out of my living room and out of my kitchen area. Um, and that's the only two areas that we are ever in consistently other than this room. So that's wonderful, Izzy. You know, actually, my dog's bells were the reason that I learned to crochet, because I had macrameed a strip to put bells on and it just didn't work for me. Um, and then I was like, you know what? My grandma always crocheted. She tried to teach me how when I was a kid. Let me see if I can do this. I already had the yarn because I was doing macrame. And then I went to the local Walmart and I just picked up a pack of like three different hooks and came home and watched a video of how to chain and how to single crochet. And I sat down and I made that belt to put the to put the bells on for the door. And then I found another project and another project and another project, and uh, yeah, I was addicted after that very first belt strip thing that I made. I have been absolutely in love with crafting ever since. It started it all because since I learned to crochet, then I learned to knit, and then I got a sewing machine and taught myself to make bags. And yeah, learned all kinds of new skills since learning to crochet about 8 years ago now. Where'd you going, baby girl? You're going back right off my arm. You keep going that way. Yeah, you want your blankie. That's what you want. Yeah, they're probably scared that you're gonna get mad at them. They got a little rough with it. Coco, and she does the bells. Just about. If I had a blankie on her, she would be out cold. Um, but Coco, when she does the bells, she takes and she goes like this, and she just hits it with her nose. Where Khaleesi, when she hits the bells, she actually walks up to them and she'll pick her paw up and she'll slap the bells. I think it's so funny. But either way, they let me know. All right, we got a 6 minute warning, everybody. We're gonna, well, 5 minutes, I guess. We're gonna head on out of here in 5 minutes when we hit the 3 hour mark. And now remember, since we were on my channel this week, and hopefully tonight was a sign that Mel is back and up and going. So if she is up and going for next week, we will be over on her channel on Monday night, starting at 8:30, and hopefully you guys will be able to join us. We have Tuesday, or yeah, tomorrow, Tuesday, we have a video going out. It will be live at 10 a.m. with an unboxing of some amazing yarn from Miss Wanda, and a little glimpse of Aria running around the house in her tutu today. And then a Wednesday, we will have Witchy Wednesday going on. Um, which I will be working on as soon as we get off of here tonight. So hopefully we'll have more parts for our wizard and his friend done. And then we're back to Frantic Friday again, where hopefully I will get some progress on my mosaic blanket um, done so that I have that up for you guys. If you are a member, we do have the members only mosaic make along ending at the end of April, I do believe, if my memory serves me correct. I have to double check that. I haven't gotten any entries from it yet, but if you don't have it done in time, that's fine, because I do have the year-long everybody make along for mosaic, where we will pick the first winner at the end of July. We will pick another winner at the end of December, and everybody's allowed to play along in that. And all you have to do is make a mosaic blanket, any pattern that you choose, any style of mosaic that you choose. Just make a blanket and send me a picture. Whether you do that on Facebook or email is fine. But please do so, because we got a bag being given away for those make-alongs. So I'd love to see more people out there rocking a Queen's bag. And I know not everybody can afford to buy one, so I do try to give them away as often as I possibly can. Lisi, cállate tu boca, mija. No. No. Sorry about her mouth. Well, guys, I was going to stay the extra 2 minutes, but the king is texting now, so I am going to call it even. Well, you know, we'll be a minute and a half shy of 3 hours, but that's okay. Thank you very, very much for joining me tonight and spending time with me as we spun, had some time with the fur babies. If you do want to meet up and craft with me for a while on Discord, send me out an email and I will send that link to you and we can hang out for a while. But if not, that's fine. I will see you next Monday and in the videos to come this week or somewhere on the YouTube streets. Until next time, I truly hope that you are crafting your happiness. Bye for now, my friends. And thank you very much, Miss Wanda.
From a princess to a queen she's grown, learning to fly with each wing she's shown. First crochet, then knit, now sewing she goes. Spinning and dyeing, what's next, who knows? She walks her path with courage bright, from morning sun to stars at night. No task too small, no dream too high. She'll soar above, reach the sky. From thread to thread, her story weaves a journey of strength, best believe. From spinning wheels to stitching seams, she crafts her world, living her dreams. Each new skill, a chapter turned, with every challenge